Am I wearing these?
Oh, man, I spilled soup last week. It's still here.
Soup.
Live.
What up, everybody?
Blind Wave Podcast, Twitch.tv's last Blind Wave, live Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hello. They're here.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. And the poll is going on for what a fae is.
What a fae is. Yeah, we'll get to that once we get to my best things of the week,
Ah.
which will probably be almost at the end of podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
But first,
So make sure you stick around.
Aaron, your hair doesn't look bad anymore.
Thank you. Yes. I got it.
It didn't look bad. I actually kind of liked it.
I ended up. I wasn't sure how I liked it or didn't like it, whatnot. The only thing I knew is that Melanie didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
Which is the most
her
important.
birthday was the 3rd, so
Mine's
I got
weird.
my hair cut on the 3rd without telling her, so that it would be like a birthday present for her.
Yeah.
Because she wanted that, and I already got her. Because I said, like, "What do you want for your birthday?" She goes, "You already got me something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, all right." So I was like, "Well, I should have something." So I did that, and she's like, "Oh, good." So now my hair is back to being shorter, and not all.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hair.
Yeah,
It's
you
the most
did.
hair I think I've ever had in my life.
I've never seen you with that much hair.
It was a lot.
Your kids have a lot of hair. I've seen pictures of your kids like on Facebook.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
they have a lot of hair.
Leon's trying to grow his
They have
out
those
like
curls.
like Link.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has like blonde hair and it's long and
that's
straight.
pretty
And he wants to
cool.
grow out like Link.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm like, "You want a haircut?" He goes, "No." And then Colson just has like just curly stuff.
It's curls. Yep.
So
Does Link have blonde hair?
It can be blonde. It can be dark brown. It can be pink.
Pink.
Yeah, the sprite's kind of painted
I thought
pink
she was
hair
brunette.
in a Link to the Past.
Because I think of like the manual from the NES, and it's brown, and then the cartoon, it's pretty brown.
Yeah.
But in some of the other ones, it's more blonde.
Yeah, more blonde Ocarina of Time, and it's been more like dirty blonde, brownish. And
He's also
everything else.
left-handed some places and right-handed others.
Yeah, well, he was left-handed all the way up till Skyward Sword when they had the motion
That's
controls, and they didn't want to, change things too much, so they made him right-handed. Though in the GameCube version in Twilight Princess, everything is literally flipped because they made it for the GameCube, so he's
Right.
still left-handed there. But when they brought in the Motion Plus,
flipped everything?
they flipped the entire game, so he's still left-handed.
Yeah.
you know?
No, if I was making it, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
too.
but it makes for an interesting replayability because I played it on the GameCube first, and then I played it on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck? Where is everything?" This way. Okay, gotcha. Because it's the entire world is flipped.
Yeah, it's like once you beat racing games, and then you unlock the same levels, but backwards.
Yeah, but backwards.
Yeah.
I've been watching some Among Us streamers that play Among Us like all the time, and there was this like April Fool version of the game that's just completely flipped, and they go crazy because they're so used to certain pathing.
is it April Fool's of Among Us?
Yeah, I think they called it like the April Fool's mod or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
In Towerfall, there were mods where you could like flip the levels vertically and horizontally. You could
Yeah.
also like shuffle the quadrants. Yeah, some crazy stuff.
It's really cool. I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that might be one of my things of the week. It took 2 hours.
2
Calvin,
hours.
you
I didn't get done until 5:30, and I was my appointment was at 3:30.
You also got the beard cleaned
Yeah,
up.
they did.
got the beard cleaned
up.
They
Oh,
did
yeah.
the haircut. They did everything too.
Yeah.
but,
So you have
like she took her time.
one of Tyler's people do it.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
Tyler's people. Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tyler
he
just got
has
married, didn't
various
he?
Yeah,
contractors
he did.
do
Yeah.
it.
He did.
Aaron, I like your new hair, but I'm more jealous of Rick's hair. Rick, how do I get my hair to look like yours? It's just genetics.
Growing.
Because like as I
Do
started,
nothing.
I don't even remember why I started growing it out.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did, I was like, man, it's curly. That's weird.
Yeah.
'Cause no one in my family has curly hair.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It was just crazy because whenever, me and you used to hang out a while ago and you had short hair and no beard. Then the next time I saw you, you had long hair, long beard. It was like Tom Hanks in Castaway when he comes back.
It was.
I was like, wow.
It was just like that. And my body shape was very different too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, has your child ever seen you without the beard?
She has.
Okay, would
It's
she
been
remember?
A while, though.
Because that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I'd recognize my dad without his because
Yeah.
he's never shaved it.
I think 3 years old was the last time
Gotcha.
I shaved it.
If you ever do, you
Yeah.
got to record that reaction.
I do.
Ah, hey, who is this?
When I did it that time, I did like half of it
Yeah.
first. And like,
Gotcha.
You like turned your face.
yeah,
You shaved your face, but only on one side.
He did do that.
I did.
And
Before I knew
Calvin,
that
you
was the right way to do it.
you also went through a change. Your beard is shorter.
Yeah, I trimmed up my beard. I did the John Wick costume last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun.
I didn't notice it until I just didn't think about it with the John Wick,
Yeah.
at all. Just because I was just noticing the cool makeup and stuff you had. I didn't notice you had trimmed your beard until in Mandalorian, like in the
The
video in
next
the
day.
beginning.
Yeah.
When you take the helmet off and you go, I haven't seen my neck in so long. I look back, I'm like, holy shit, hey, he trimmed his beard up. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I noticed it too. And it was like I read Eric's mind because I saw Eric. I was like, Eric's gonna say something. He didn't say something. I should also not say anything.
Yeah, we were unified.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, the day before when I had the John Wick, I had a turtleneck also, so I didn't see my neck then either.
Mhm.
Then I came in
True.
the next day and I was looking at the
That might have been
camera,
why I
was
didn't
like,
notice
oh,
it either.
weird. It's like, I see my neck.
That might have been what kind of made me not notice it either, because like
Yeah.
you had something still here,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's kind of hard to see. So I know whenever I went home, I brought home food for the kids because we were also filming stuff that night. So when I went home, the kids were like, "Oh, food!" and they ran in, and Ayla's like, "What happened to your hair?" And I was like, "Huh?" It's like, "Your hair. Why is it different?" And then Kanan was sitting at the table eating, and then at one point he looked at me. He goes, "I want chicken nuggets." What happened to you? Like,
That's funny.
he like double took back at me after like it
Yeah.
was just funny. So
Maggie actually trimmed my beard Sunday,
Uh,
but it's a little harder to notice because there was a lot that came off, but it's still pretty long.
I
She trimmed
tr-
the sides more, doesn't she?
I mean, it's all trim. Like,
all,
there's probably like half an inch off.
Yeah.
The
all the
tip
way
here.
around.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I trimmed mine a bit. I mean, you can only tell because I push it all down, but if I bring it back up, it's crazy, But I try to push everything down, and then I kind of try to have this like shelf right here,
I still love like you're talking about like Calvin shaving, and we're like, oh, well, no one say anything. But like I still love whenever I had found out Eric had shaved his beard. And he hadn't done that in years.
Years.
So I was
And I
telling
haven't
Calvin-
since.
I was like, Calvin, I'm gonna shave my face too. He goes, oh, I'm going too. So like I shaved everything I had. So when I walked in to film, you're like, oh hey, oh you shaved too.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, oh hey, look at that.
Uh-huh.
And then Calvin walked in a little bit later. He's like, what the fuck's going on? 'Cause Calvin just clean shaved too.
Yeah.
So like the big thing of Eric having his shaved, we were just all baby faced.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a video that comes up every once in a while. You'll see it like in our Discord, or there's a subreddit about Blind Wave. Like, what the fuck is this? It's just
What
like
is
a
this?
Dragon Ball Z
What's
abridged
this?
or something.
Like monstrosity,
Yeah.
or atrocity, or
We're
I
just
don't know, something.
completely clean shaven. It's terrible. I lose like 12 years.
Yeah.
Melanie doesn't like it because she said I look too baby face. She doesn't want me to get
Yeah.
rid of this. If
Uh-huh.
I shave this off, it annoys her.
Yeah.
So, but having long hair, she didn't like that either. So
Yeah. Carmen prefers it like trimmed down like this, but she definitely doesn't want me to shave my beard.
she doesn't want me to go all caveman,
Yeah.
like
No, yeah.
Geico caveman or whatever it was. Because one time when I was working like in Louisiana or whatever it was, when I was working pipeline stuff, I was gone for like 2 months or so, and during that whole time, I just didn't shave. So when I came back, it was just all
Scraggly.
It was just everywhere. It wasn't even, It was just been growing. It was a mountain man kind of thing. And she's like, "What the hell?" She's like, "You look like a Geico caveman." Or
The longer and bushier mine gets, I've never really put much product in my beard at all. But at the end of the day, it's getting like super dry. Like I do this and it's like
Yeah.
crusty. So I've just been moisturizing. It feels great though.
Nice.
Yeah.
beard oil.
Well, I'm using like a beard softener.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if beard oil companies have like lowered the fragrance because of masks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. Sometimes I put that on and then
Yeah.
they do this. The same thing with like a mint, You're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
That makes sense.
Yeah. Huh.
But
Or maybe they've upped them so that it's still pleasant for other people.
Because like yeah,
so it has to get through the mask.
Yeah, it has to get through the
penetrate
mask.
the mask.
like it'd be very curious in like a generation or 50 years or something, like sociologists or historians looking back and like these are all the things that changed because of COVID,
Yeah.
and like it might not be things that
It's like how we can look at the carbon record and see Genghis Khan's conquests.
Yeah.
Because he significantly changed the carbon footprint in the
Yeah.
air because of how many people he killed.
Yeah.
Like you can actually go and see that, but you can see the COVID one
yeah.
in other things.
And yeah, I wonder like how many things we don't even realize now,
Yeah.
but like will become apparent in hindsight.
Sure.
like will have changed because of it. It'd be very interesting.
Be like before 2020 and after 2020.
As someone who's interested in history, pandemics are great.
Yeah.
As someone who's living in one, they're not so great.
Yeah. Sure.
I suppose so. Like someone studying past pandemics to prepare for future pandemics. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, study this stuff and see what happened.
Yeah,
But living in
exactly.
the middle of it's got to be
Although
stressful as hell.
you've got to learn the lessons, which wasn't the case this time.
No.
Pandemics, presidencies, interesting stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
2020 hindsight. 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally 2020 hindsight. That's kind of funny.
I was
Think
just
about
reading
that.
somebody's message.
Huh.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020. But
But
yeah, so-
we've all had Halloween since the last podcast. So how was your guys' Halloween?
Mine was Jancy's birthday.
Ah,
And
right.
we didn't celebrate Halloween at all.
you didn't
Okay.
trick or treat or nothing?
Didn't mention it.
Halloween and her don't have a great relationship because every birthday party celebration ever for her whole life has always been, well, it's also Halloween. You know, she's
Yeah.
like, it's taking over. So we celebrated Halloween by not celebrating at all.
Very nice.
For her birthday, I need to start I'll get 2 presents next
Yeah.
year. And one's a trick and one's a treat, but she has to pick which package she wants.
And she doesn't get the other.
Yeah. So like she either gets one and it's a trick and it's like someone just jumps out and scares her.
Yeah.
Or the other one's a treat.
Sure.
And she gets like a nice prize.
That doesn't surprise me that you're going to do that.
Well, I think it was you, Aaron. Like for your birthdays, there was a few years there where I would give him a hint hunt, basically, and he would have to solve it in order to open his present.
Yeah.
So like I would lock your present in a locked box with a combination.
You would.
like give you a riddle that you had to solve in order to open it.
Yeah.
Rick and
also
I-
seems on brand for
Yeah.
both
Rick
of
and I
you
used to
two.
love like codes and puzzles and all
Ciphers
that
and-
stuff. Like,
Used to.
well, I mean, we still do, but
He
no,
does
like
more than you.
no, I mean, that's why I fell into Rubik's cube. That's why like the hint. That's why the hint hunt started because I was like, you know what? I don't want to say what won. I'm gonna give them like a clue and they gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
And then it's just metamorphosized into.
Yeah, you did the reasonable thing and spent like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Well, yeah.
Blood orange.
Whereas I'll spend 15 days.
So Halloween, how was your guys' Halloween?
For my Halloween, we weren't gonna go trick or treating, so we took the kids to Melanie's parents, and we did like a bonfire thing again, which they've been liking that. So we cooked like hot dogs over it and whatnot. But me and Melanie's dad and Melanie a little bit, we set up this trail in the woods with like weird masks and stuff
Oh,
that was sitting
okay.
in the
Yeah,
woods,
traps.
with like glow sticks that
Yeah.
had like these they're like silver aluminum kind of like folding things that have eyes cut into them, so they have like glowy eyes, and I put those out into the woods and stuff, so it looked like eyes are staring at you and
Yeah.
stuff. And then waited for it to get dark and ran them through it. And I had a little lantern, so they had to pick it up and just a little bit of light, and then I was holding a flashlight, and we had a strobe light in a few spots and stuff too. So like when scary things would happen, I'd like strobe my flashlight at the things. They'd be like, ah! Like we had things that would be hidden in leaves, and her dad would be like walking on the outskirts, and he'd pull a rope, and the thing would pop out of the leaves. He'd be like, ah! And it was just funny too, because like Kanan was like freaking out. Like he was like, no, I don't know. So like he was holding on to me or Melanie or something. But along the way, we had bowls that were set up for candy. Since they couldn't trick or treat, they'd go through this
Candy
get to
bowls.
get to the candy bowl, get some candy out of it. And the first one had like the least in it, just to like, oh look, a little bit of candy. You got to get more to go through it. Ayla's like her first. She ran up to her, she's like, with like this evil laugh, and she put all of it in her thing. Leon got 2, and then Colson and Kanan didn't get any. I'm like, hey, share. So she shared it. But as we went through, like it was fun. I think they had fun for the most part. We get to the very last one where we had set up like the candy bowl's like right here, and then right behind it is like a jump scare that comes out of the leaves again. And Melanie's dad was like, hey, send Leon and Colson first. Let them get the candy. So I was like, oh, go ahead. And then Ayla like just darted around him when she heard candy, ran to the bowl. And then when he pulled that, Ayla's at the bowl. She goes, ah! And just starts grabbing more candy. Meanwhile, Kanan's in the back like, oh, like freaking out about it. But Ayla just goes, ah! And then just grabs the candy. It was so funny. Like
Got
she
her
was just-
priorities.
She's like, I need candy. That's what I'm after. So it was pretty fun. Honestly, I think that's more fun than trick or treating. Like
Yeah.
rather than walking through door to door, like asking people for candy, please.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the thing I said to Melanie. I was like, Melanie, this is the thing I want to do. Like, if I had a house in like town with a reasonable amount of space, I'd want to make like a little scary like haunted path you have to walk through to come get your candy. Just to like make it an experience rather than just like, all right, candy, cool, bye.
Yeah.
Because so many kids are like, trick or treat, and they leave. Like, you didn't say please, you little shit. Get back
Or
here.
at least scare the shit out of them and their parents.
Yes.
Make them work
Yeah.
for it.
That's
But that's
the
also
ultimate
part of the
goal.
experience of it, you know.
Yeah.
It's adding something. I loved when I went to one, and I remember like there was like a coffin thing, and a guy would just like open up and be like, oh, jeez, that was awesome, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
just it was something different, and I liked that a lot to just do that. And like, Mel, maybe this is what we should do instead of trick or treating. Maybe we should. I was like, if you would have told me we were doing this way out like weeks ago, I'd have been out buying shit, and
Yeah.
making this like crazy.
Yeah.
Instead, like a few days before, I was like, "Hey, so what are we doing?" And she goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was just wondering, like, is it gonna be at night? Do we need these glow stick things? She goes, "Oh, that's a good idea." I'm like, "Oh, okay. What are we doing?" I still didn't know. So I set up spider webs and stuff too, and things. So
That's cool.
if we do it again next year, I'm gonna go probably even more so with like making creepy things. And
Yeah.
the kids will be a little older, so hopefully they can handle it better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
Colson's kind of like, well, that was fun, but it wasn't scary. I was like, oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, next year what I'll do is I'll make 2 paths. This is the little kid path. This is the older kid path. That way I can spend more time making this scary, and the little kids can go this way, and it can be less scary and just fun.
And like
Yeah.
you accidentally tell them the wrong thing, so the little kids go and the older kids one. And scar 'em for life.
Traumatized for life.
That'd be terrible.
There's a storm and it knocks down the sign.
Like,
Someone
yeah.
picks it back up and
Like Dennis
points it the wrong-
Nedry.
Yeah.
I'm like, make sure you go to the right if you're under 5, and they don't know the left from the right anyway, so they just go left. So yeah, but that was fun. I enjoyed that. We had a pretty good time setting things up for that. So.
Yeah.
Calvin, did you do anything?
Carmen and I just sat at our new house, and we had a bowl that was very socially distant from us, and we just gave out full-size candy bars.
Just gave out full-size candy bars?
Yep.
It's the best.
That's what you said
best
you wanted
house.
to be known as, right? Was
Yeah, I want to be the
full-size-
full-size candy bar guy on the block.
I mean, because of people like you, I would have like 4 or 5 costumes a year.
Yeah.
Well, you just have like one split down the middle. So like you walk this way, next
Yeah.
time you walk backwards.
Yeah, like Harvey Two-Face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, I would give full-size candy bars if they made it through my little, like, scaredy maze.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
that's what you should do. Like, you get this little, like, snack-size Twix, or if you make it through the scary thing, you get a full-size Twix at the end.
Yeah.
You
Like,
need
that way
like
if you're too scared, you just grab the one.
like chocolate trophies at the end.
Yeah,
Or something.
exactly.
I like this.
Like,
I would do more sports.
you made it. Here you go. How about you, Rick?
Halloween for me started last Friday for the stream, kind of a little bit, in the horror game that we ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who all was here for our horror RPG run? Because that was amazing. That was so fun.
It wasn't maybe as scary.
It wasn't as horrific as our last year's one.
No, yeah,
No.
definitely.
It definitely wasn't. But it was.
We were
it
trying to
was-
make it as interactive as we could, though.
It
Yeah.
was scary. It's just that our characters didn't seem to feel fear.
which is what you want in a scary
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Because you need people to do stupid things.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun for me. The VOD is there for that.
Yeah, we also have an editor doing a YouTube edit of it as well.
Yeah, and then there's also the Blind Wave Archive channel, which I can never remember the name of.
Official Blind Wave Twitch
Finally, Twitch
archive.
Archive, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I have that one archived on there yet. I need to do that.
Nope.
Got to do that.
Bad plug.
So that was fun.
So I'll get that on there, too.
Yeah.
I beat Resident Evil 7 on Saturday, which was Halloween.
Halloween. Halloween.
Which and then we kind of had like a 2-day Halloween thing at my house. We had treats from like Japan. So we got like a box of like a bunch of candies and snacks and stuff from Japan and some like sodas and stuff. So we like did like a taste testing treat stuff. That was pretty fun. We played some horror board games. Evie and I played Horrified, which was quite good. And then her and I played Camp Grizzly.
We played that on the channel.
We did.
That was a fun one.
So that was fun as well. And then we watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, which is really good.
That's an older one, isn't it?
It was like the 90s, I think, but it looks much different than most Scooby-Doo because I'm pretty sure it was done by like a Japanese animation studio. So like it looks in places like an anime, or at least like an anime studio trying to do Western animation. But it was really good and enjoyable. Let's see, what other stuff did we watch? Trying to remember.
Did you guys watch like scary movies throughout the month or anything?
Just on the channel, the Descent
Okay.
was probably my favorite reaction that we did.
That we
of them
did.
all. I liked all the other ones, but I think Descent was the one. Like I was done halfway through. The second half was not as great. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, if you guys will be seeing that, it's on early access right now, but Saturday that'll be uploaded to YouTube, and you don't want to miss that reaction. It's a pretty good one.
Like through October, I always try to get as much horror movie stuff pushed as I can because I never get to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is the month I get to watch horror movies.
Yep.
Let's watch them. And it's still so hard. So like,
Yeah.
I was trying to watch Conjuring stuff, like the universe or whatever of the Conjuring.
Yeah.
It's like The Nun, La Llorona, Annabelle Comes Home. We watched some of those. Some of those weren't as that scary really for me, but Melanie's freaking out the whole time.
Yeah.
I also had her watch Cabin in the Woods, which she kind of liked. We also watched a movie called The Dead Don't Die. And that movie was just. I kind of want to watch. I kind of want to watch with you guys and see Rick watch it because it's. I don't know what I'm really curious what Rick's opinion on that movie is because it
Yes.
feels like it's done seriously, but also feels like it's not done seriously at different times. And but it has like Bill Murray's in it, Danny Glover's in it, Steve Buscemi's in it,
You said Adam Driver was in it?
Adam Driver's in it.
Dang.
Yeah, like there's like Melanie's like, look, there's some good names in this and stuff. I'm like, oh, all right.
Oh wait, that's where they're like cops, right?
Adam Driver and Bill Murray are both like police
Yeah,
officers,
I remember seeing an ad for that. I really want to watch it.
yeah. It's interesting. I don't know, but we watched that. We watched. I told Melanie because I was like, oh man, we should watch this or watch this. But luckily, this month, the first is on a Sunday, which is awesome because that means a Friday is the 13th.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna try to
Nice.
get
I
a
know
Friday
where
the
you're going
13th
with that.
movie tossed
Yeah,
in.
I didn't know where you're going either.
Yeah, I'm always excited when the first on a Sunday because that means we get Friday the 13th. So I'm gonna try to sneak that in this month.
What's your go-to Friday the 13th?
Go to? Oh man, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen some of them.
For me, it's the one with the kid with powers.
Ooh,
I can't remember which number that is. But
that's,
like,
that's before Hell.
yeah, if I'm just gonna watch one
It's before Manhattan.
and not like watch through them all, I'll watch that one.
6, I want to say
I have no idea.
maybe. It's I'm trying to remember because like there's 1 which I remember. There's 2 which I remember.
Yeah.
There's 3 which was in 3D, so I remember that.
Right?
I want to say 8 was the Manhattan one.
I think 8 was Manhattan. Yeah.
There are 8.
And then
think
Jason
there's
X
10.
was he went to
There are
space.
10.
Jason X is space.
There's Jason X.
And then there's Freddy versus
Jason goes
Jason.
to Hell.
Are these
There's
numbered as well?
Jason versus Freddy.
There's the final chapter.
There is the final chapter, which is like number 6.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the final one.
No, it wasn't.
That's ridiculous. I guess the others are a sequel book.
And then they remade it, which I think had Jared Padalecki in it. I think.
Really?
In a remake.
Really?
I think it was him.
Was he Jason?
No, but I think that he
feel
was
like I need
in the
to look
remake
this
of
up.
it.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
a
it was
fool to ask,
right.
why would they cover his face?
But I can't remember. But no, yeah, there's quite a few. There's like 13 movies of Friday the 13th.
13. Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
12. I think there's 12 movies of Friday the 13th.
There's the Michael Bay one. Are you counting that one?
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Is that the remake?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one with Jared Padalecki. I think that's the 12th that they make, but that's a reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday the 13th
Wow.
from 2009.
Yeah.
It was
That had
covered.
Jared, and I think a girl that was famous. I can't remember who it was.
I've seen Jason versus Freddy, or Freddy versus Jason.
That one's fun. I think
Solid.
that one might be my
Yeah.
favorite of the Jason ones.
That's
Yeah,
more
that's
of
one I've
a
ever seen.
That's more of a Friday or nightmare movie for me.
Yeah.
I've also played the Atari game.
Nice. Or are you thinking the NES
Nintendo?
game?
I feel like I played it on an Atari, but
For Friday the
I was
13th?
so young. Maybe it was Nintendo, and because I didn't have a video games like when I played that, I didn't have video games at home.
Yeah.
My uncle had an Atari and maybe a Nintendo.
There's definitely a Halloween Atari game.
Okay.
Ding, ding,
And
ding,
there's
ding,
a
ding,
Texas
ding, ding,
Chainsaw
ding.
Massacre.
That's all it did.
It's whatever it
game.
was. You would like make a turn, and then sometimes Jason would be there.
That is the NES version.
NES version.
And that is
Okay.
terrifying.
Because I would play that, and I would play the ET Atari game all the time when I
Yes.
was at my uncle's house.
Why? Why would you do this to yourself?
Because that's all I had.
Oh, that makes sense. I get you.
Daniel Panabaker.
Do what?
She's in that movie with Jared Padalecki.
Is that
Oh,
who it was?
Is she really?
Okay.
Cool.
I was thinking there was someone I couldn't remember who it was, but I vaguely remember it, and it was okay. But I think probably my favorite is Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
And then Evie and I have also been playing.
Jason X is ridiculous.
Yes, I've seen it.
Sorry.
No, it's super ridiculous. We've been playing the Ghostbusters video game remake.
Oh yeah, man, I love that. That was Rick and I a long time ago. That was our first, what we were gonna call like an out of the box like playthrough, where we just opened it, started playing it, and gave our first impressions on just like right out of the box of what we thought of a game. That was our first one. It was so much fun. I love that game. It's so Ghostbusters. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. Have you been playing it with her?
A little bit, like in the sections where she gets stuff in. I don't love the controls.
Okay.
Like I feel like the joystick sensitivity, I can't get it low enough for it to feel good. Like it
Okay.
feels like it just whips around,
Like,
which
it feels kind of swishy.
a little bit, yeah.
Is it mouse acceleration?
But
I wonder because like they just had it on or it might still be right on Epic for free.
yes, it
I
was.
wonder how that plays on there.
Maybe better. Yeah, I'm not sure. And then we've also been playing Medieval, the remake.
Oh yes, on
Which-
Switch.
We're playing on PS4.
PS4?
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for it to come out on the Switch because it's a Sony franchise. So I'm pretty sure it's PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But the original was one of my favorite games ever. I'm pretty disappointed with the remake. Like, it's not terrible, but there's just some minor changes. Like, they changed the sound effects. They're not as good. I don't feel like the controls of the combat are as good. Daniel's not nearly as fast. And the combat, like, when you hit enemies in the old one, they bounced back. Now they don't always do that. So you get, like, swarmed a lot in this one. It's just not as satisfying, I find. So there's a few like minor changes that I don't like just because I love the original one so much, and I've been playing a lot of really great remakes recently. With like, I've been playing the Spyro remakes. I played other ones that aren't coming to mind.
Okay, like Crash and stuff. Crash Bandicoot.
So yeah, that was kind of our Halloween. We just kind of stayed. Oh, she also had a Triceratops like costume.
Like one of the blow up ones or like something else?
No, it's like it's a costume / like pajamas, kind of.
Okay.
So like there's a hood, and like when you put it over your head, like you look like a Triceratops.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we had a lot of fun.
Kanan has a.
We also played through one of the escape room board games
Yeah,
that you had.
they're pretty
over
good.
there.
I like
yeah,
those.
it was a lot of fun.
They're pretty fun, like little things. I enjoy the puzzles they have in those. For them just being like, hey, buy this. You sit at your table and you just get what's in this box. Like they do pretty good stuff in a lot of those.
Yeah.
Some of them I like more than others, but it just varies.
We played through the museum one, which I don't know if you remember that one.
I think so. Does it involve a weird thing you sit in? I feel like it did.
Yes.
And you pull levers?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yours. That one was fun. I got stuck on that very first room for a little while.
Yeah, we got stuck on the first one too.
Yeah, there's a few of those. I remember certain puzzles. I'm like, man, I remember being stuck on that. I remember being stuck on this. Me and Melanie did one that was like this creepy dollhouse thing. It was kind of cool. It's not made by Exit or any of those, but like the box you take apart and it has rooms, and then you build a dollhouse.
Okay.
And then you get in each of those rooms, like is the room you're working in.
Yeah.
And it just puzzles and stuff you're doing as you go through, and it's kind of cool.
I was looking to buy some, and I saw that one. It looked really interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you like, the Exit ones are really good with like those ones. You gotta like use string sometimes. You gotta cut stuff, or you gotta like, manipulate things and whatnot in the box. So it's
Yeah.
very much one-time use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the unlock ones, which is like a deck of cards, and a lot of that is more so like you have an app that you can do special machines on, but most of it's just utilizing cards that they have and like pairing things up, reading information, but not really like destroying anything. Whereas like the Exit game, sometimes you gotta like bend shit up and like, all right, now you can look through this and you see the answer or something,
Right.
So, but yeah, those are fun. Ooh. Was that everyone's Halloween then?
I think so.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Mine was nothing.
Yours was nothing.
Yep.
Not even scary movies.
It's birthday.
Birthday.
Yep.
You should watch a scary movie.
We got brunch from that new place on Front Street. What's it called? Something social?
Is it a cereal place?
740.
740. Oh, that's,
740 social.
oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, What does the number mean? I'm an idiot. It's the area code. Until you actually said it, because I never actually said it. I just read it, you know?
Yeah.
He said 740. You're like, are you calling someone? What are you doing? Like the place, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
I went there. I actually went there to pick it up. Really nice place they have in there.
I've never been in there.
They kind of have, like, in the back, they have, like, a kind of like a Pins, like, outdoor gaming, like, with, like, big Jenga and stuff like that.
Where's it at?
Well, it's
where,
over here on Front Street, and then it goes.
Oh, is it Slapshots?
Yeah,
It's where Slapshots and the one.
Is it a
Captain-
restaurant?
It's a restaurant and a bar
Oh.
and a lounge, and it has really nice outdoor seating. And it's a nice place.
One, It used to be called something.
River City something. Had like a River City name. It had a Slapshots name. It had,
What was the
it's
latest one? It was
Either
like-
way, no
it's had
one
like four-
listening to this will
It
care.
had like
some
four
pirate
things,
captain
and it was a
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we went there. It was really good. I liked
Maybe.
it. I might go back. Maybe we'll do something at WaveCon there or something. Though I am loyal to Nate in the town.
Jimbo's. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
No one
Jimbo's
cares,
fine.
Calvin.
No, care.
Did anyone have
We
any,
care. Luke cares.
He does.
740 social.
Do anyone have any best things of the week that were not Halloween related?
I got to play God of War again.
Oh,
That
tell
was
me, Eric.
Fantastic. I was so happy, man. So happy to get back into it. And, you know, I've been playing the God of War games that have come before at home. And while I love them, it makes the game that I'm playing now, the 2018, even better. Because, like, I didn't understand the jump it made from what they were to what this is, you know? Until I really played it more. But, I mean, whew, man. I love... what's his name? The invulnerable Norse god.
Baldur?
Baldur, yeah.
Yeah.
Baldur, the actor, whoever's playing him. I
Yeah.
mean, every scene that he's in, and we traveled away from the mountain upon a steed.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a scene.
It was.
Yeah. And it was a highway to hell, Rick. And I loved it. Unfortunately, my stream got cut a little tiny bit short last night, but I can't wait to watch more. I'm also very close to beating God of War 3 at home as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very good. People are still blaming me for you not getting to play God of War.
So fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Descent, or Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and Justine, they were fun streams, but that is just not my type of game.
Yeah.
You know?
Stressful.
I'm just saying.
Feel tired after
Yeah.
streaming.
I have
Yeah.
played some scary games before Scream Stream. The reason I finished scary games is because of Scream Stream.
Sure.
Yeah.
I may have given up on Resident Evil 4 or Alien Isolation on my own, be like, fuck this. This thing keeps chasing me. I hate it. I don't want it anymore. But yeah, like, you know.
But I would recommend anybody that wants to watch my rapid descent into madness with the DLC Justine. The highlight on the channel is Lana did a very good job.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, I know it's Jeremy Davis, by the way, that plays Boulder. What can I tell you guys? Aaron, I'll only say he played Faraday.
Faraday, okay.
Yes. Okay. He was in an episode of Lucifer that we saw. He was like a photographer or something, like a little squirrely looking guy. Anyway, I really like the actor. But yeah, he's playing Baldur, so
Yeah,
that's
he was
pretty cool.
Never mind, I can't think of it.
The crazy thing is that playing God of War 2 and 3 at home, I'm literally listening to, I think, Silas Carson. No, the guy that plays Mace Windu in the Clone Wars is Kratos.
Yes.
And the guy that plays Dooku in the Clone Wars is Zeus. So I'm hearing Mace Windu talk to, Count Dooku.
Yeah.
With Corey Burton. And,
Hey, you know what Samuel L. Jackson's name was in Die Hard 3?
what?
Zeus.
Wow.
That's true.
You're right. So, I mean, that was cool, but it made for last night when I heard a certain line pop up, I'm like, oh, it's him, so that was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I beat RE7. There are some DLC that maybe I will go through this week, but it's just finding stuff to fill until Cyberpunk, which was delayed again.
It was delayed again.
Cyberpunk.
Yep. I saw my favorite one, and I can't remember which company did it, but a game company released an announcement like the exact same way that they delayed Cyberpunk with like the yellow background and the black text and same font and everything. And all it said was, we have decided, like, as a company, to make future announcements with a yellow background.
Yeah.
And so, like, it was supposed to, like, freak people out that, like, it was going to be delayed again.
That's funny.
That's funny. There was a company, I can't remember who it was, like a game that was postponed because they didn't want to compete with Cyberpunk, so it delayed it like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Cyberpunk delayed their game like 20
2 or 3
days.
weeks.
So they're like, damn it. We should just release it when we were going to. We wouldn't be
Yeah.
competing.
Chat's right. It was Arc System Works was the one who did it.
Gotcha.
They're like the Guilty Gear people. They've done a ton of other stuff too, but yeah. So I laughed at that a lot. So I'm thinking of maybe because I just haven't had time at home, and I really wanted to play Hades. So maybe doing some runs of that. I'm still undecided whether or not I want to do the DLC for Resident Evil 7. I didn't enjoy the game the most, but Aaron tells me that this is quite a bit different than the rest of the game. So
I think out of Resident Evil 7, I think from what I remember, I think there's some problems that he has with it that they don't have in this DLC, maybe. But I don't know. I could be wrong
Do the
too.
trees look better?
Yes,
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
because there are none.
That's what I figured.
well,
Rick, in our God of War highlights, Goose, he has a little intro, and at the beginning of it, it has a line that says, "Watch your tone, boy." And I've always just heard them, oh, it's Kratos' voice. I wonder what scene that's from. I got to that scene last night.
yeah.
Watch your tone. Oh, my God, it was so good. I got so many chills
Oh man.
listening to that scene.
Oh, you have so
And
many
it-
good
and-
scenes to go still, Eric.
Yeah, I know. But I just like the performance. I mean, I think it's T.C. Carlson that does the Kratos in the first games and plays Mace Windu. Maybe double check if I'm getting that right. But
pretty
I
sure-
love him.
I think we brought that up in Clone Wars.
Yeah, I love him. But the guy playing him in this game is so good.
It's one of the best performances.
Like if I weren't streaming, I would literally just drive around on the boat for a couple hours just
Yeah.
listening to them talk.
No, it's great.
Ugh.
Drive around the boat. I think I got to that boat. That's how far I got. Was that boat?
Yeah.
That's it.
Watch
I didn't get very far.
boy.
I need to get further ahead. so.
Christopher Judge, that's correct.
Judge.
Yeah.
Sorry. It made me think. I was watching Frighteners last night.
Yeah.
It made me think when you said Judge.
I've never seen. I was looking at a list of like stuff to watch with the UA. I've never seen Poltergeist. Is that okay for a kid?
It's a Steven Spielberg movie. I mean,
Poltergeist isn't too bad.
it's not
Okay.
too bad. You could watch it, I think.
I think it's PG or PG-13.
It's
isn't it?
PG, but it's before I think there was a PG.
Jaws started PG-13, I believe. Did that come after Jaws? I feel like that came after Jaws.
Maybe
I
it
think
did.
It did.
I think Jaws was like the first PG-13 movie.
Because I thought when I was looking it up, like it had a rating, but then the rating changed at some point. But maybe I,
I
was
mean,
looking at
it
something
won't
else.
be easy, but
Poltergeist
of, like,
came out in 82. Jaws 2 came out in 78. So Jaws 1 came out in 70. So yeah, it's
Okay.
like a year. It's like
Okay.
a decade later.
where you're going with that sentence?
year.
Like, oh, am I wrong? Okay, no.
So yeah, I would say it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I was looking through it and was debating on watching that one with the kids too.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up watching. Has she seen Ernest Scared Stupid?
That might be too much for me.
He's right.
While it's scary, but it's also not like.
I
too
need to
far,
rewatch
you know what I
it
mean?
because I remember being scared as a kid and I haven't seen it
Yeah.
in forever.
Evie's
Keep saying
Threshold
that.
though is so much different from when I was a kid, because like Phantasmophobia and Amnesia: The Dark Descent, like she just shrugs off, you know, like she can go through those fine, but Coco, she can't.
Yeah.
Like that's too much for her. So it's a really weird like threshold that I like have to thread the needle of like what is enough and what's too much.
So on Prime Video, I might need to watch Ernest tonight.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
We've watched that the last 2 Octobers now.
Gotcha.
And the kids like it. I do remember Kanan this year was like, oh, like he was getting scared watching it, but I don't think it was too much for him or anything. I don't know. I'm trying to think like, how does she do with? She's seen Ghostbusters. I imagine she does fine with Ghostbusters, right?
She loves Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Like if she loves like
super
what they
scary.
show there and stuff, like there's some like crazy light creature stuff in Poltergeist. Now there is the bodies in the
There is a scene with the face and then not a face.
Diggus Bickus says Poltergeist was directed by Toby Hooper, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Huh.
It's a
Yeah.
Spielberg movie, though, isn't it?
Well,
Poltergeist?
I was reading up whether or not to watch it, and I heard that there was a pretty gory scene in a bathroom.
I don't remember that scene.
It has to do with a face.
I don't remember that one. I remember the bodies in the pool thing, which was it Eric? Was it you and I that were talking? Someone told me like supposedly they were like real corpses, or maybe it was, I was looking up trivia, but I'm like, there's no way, really?
So yeah, Calvin, you're right. He directed it. Spielberg wrote. Yeah, it was written by Steven Spielberg and produced.
Yeah, people are saying it in here too. People are saying, and those are real dead bodies, which I don't know how. I don't know how that works.
How can you possibly?
I don't know.
I mean, if they signed away for it, maybe, you know, I mean, you can display dead people in that one like human body museum.
I
or
mean,
whatever.
a lot of
Yeah.
older movies when
I
they
mean-
needed like skeletons and stuff, they were just. It was
I'll-
cheaper just to buy remains than it was make them.
I mean, as a kid, I'll donate my body to be fake props on sets.
Depends on the.
I'll
Depends on the
donate my
movie.
body to be blown apart.
No, I said
in
what
a
I said. It
Transformers
just
movie.
give money to my family for the use
Yeah.
of my body.
You'll finally be in a Marvel movie, but you'll be
You don't
dead.
like donate to science or anything,
No, that's ridiculous.
or be an organ,
They might
organ
poke me
donor.
with needles.
Are you an organ donor? Did they get that out of there first?
Aaron, you'd be dead.
So, my spirit would be like, fuck it. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard that too, that had real bodies in Poltergeist. I just don't know
I
how
don't
it worked out or what the story is behind that or what. So
There's a news item that I wanted to cover
Mm-hmm.
before we get into my actual best thing of the week.
Okay.
But the person playing the next James Bond has confirmed that they are playing it. So who do you guys, if you
Oh,
haven't
really?
heard, who do you think is playing James Bond?
I
I've
don't know. I
heard-
don't know anything about James Bond.
I've heard Idris Elba tossed out there for a bit. The most recent one I heard was what I thought was people saying Tom Holland was Tom Hardy
Yeah.
was another one that I heard tossed in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sad we lost
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. We didn't get that classic like all the James Bonds coming back into one movie. You know.
I would have loved that.
Ugh.
That'd been so much fun.
Yeah.
But R.I.P. to him, by the way, passing this last week.
Yeah, I forget what I was doing. I was looking up. I was like, because I've been watching Halloween movies. I was like, I'm gonna look up this trivia on whatever me and
Yeah.
Melanie just watched. And I went to IMDb and I saw a thing that was like a memorial video, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize it because it just said like Sean Connery this date to this date, and I was like, what's this? What? And I was like, that seems weird that it's dated. He hasn't been in any movies forever. Why would they have new stuff now? But then,
Oh.
so then I went and
Yeah.
Googled and I found. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
So this is from Esquire.com. Lashana Lynch confirms she is James Bond's new 007.
I had heard that they
Yeah.
were looking for a female Bond, but I didn't.
Now it is a female 007. It's Bond's 007.
Right.
So she's not playing James Bond. She'd be playing the new 007. I
Right.
think
Yeah.
is the idea, right?
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
they're taking a position like.
Is this a Doctor Who actress that I've seen before? What's her name?
It says the No Time to Die star.
Oh, so
Lynch.
we're hitting up. Okay, so I see. Because No Time to Die hasn't came out yet. That's the new movie coming.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the new
So,
Bond.
I imagine, in a way, this may be spoilers
So she was
for
in
the movie of what they're
Captain
planning on doing in the movie.
Marvel.
That's possible.
But, yeah, I don't know too much about her, but that's interesting. I mean, they did do Doctor Who, you know? Like, let's see what happens with a new 007 who's a female and what they do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any ties at all to 007. I've been playing GoldenEye for far too long. You know?
Yes.
So it doesn't really. I don't really have much of an opinion on it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting with like, because James Bond, you know, has been played by so many different characters and done in so many different ways, like over the years. Like he's already been far from his original roots from the original stories. I feel like, but also the fact that like 007 is, you know, a number and like an agent.
Yeah.
So like that could be anybody. Like
Well, there's been speculation on, like, is James Bond a code word or is it someone playing James Bond different? Like, is it more similar to Doctor Who?
Yeah.
where like this person is Doctor Who, just being played by someone else, or is it like it's a code word that is then designated? Like 007 is definitely a code designated for that. You know, you have 007, 006. They've had different 00s in the past.
Yeah.
So this 007 designation is just going to possibly not James Bond. Then it's going to whatever her name is in the movie. So then do you have James Bond still somewhere while this is 007? You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So I wonder, was this big news because it tends to follow that trend of people being upset that it's like, it's a thing you like, but now it's a woman?
Well,
you
so
know?
it's been rumored for a while.
Okay.
And the article here at Esquire says that there was a loud minority response of online trolls that was angry at the decision. The actress here says that it doesn't dishearten me. It makes me feel quite sad for some people because of their opinions. They're not even from a mean place. They're actually from a sad place, is what she said in November 2019.
Gotcha.
It's not about me. People are reacting to an idea which has nothing to do with my life.
Yeah.
Is what she said. So there's been, according to this article, quite a bit of negative feedback. But I think it could be done well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it as far as, like, it just depends on what they do with the story. Like, I was looking forward to the new Ghostbusters reboot that they did before. But they also, like, I thought what they were going to do is, like, oh, well, let's keep it in the same franchise and let's do this and this.
Let's make it like
And I was like,
a
okay,
sequel
well,
rather than
they're not doing that. It's not in the same universe. It's its own thing. Okay, well, let's see how it is. And while there were some elements, there's one of my favorite moments of Ghostbusters is in that movie. But the movie as a whole, I'm like, I just didn't enjoy the way the humor was, where, like, there'd be such a great moment and then such a terrible moment, and they just drop it all back down, you know? So hopefully they do well with whatever they're planning with her character. But no, I love watching through James Bond movies. I kind of fell off a bit with Daniel Craig stuff, so I need to go back through those and like refresh myself with those. But like the Sean Connery, the Pierce Brosnan, like I've watched all those multiple times. I just, for some reason, Daniel Craig never struck me well. I don't know.
never really grabbed you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Bonds since Casino Royale. So I haven't seen anything past that. But I loved Casino Royale.
Yeah,
I don't know why I never watched the others.
I really, really enjoyed Daniel Craig's Bond.
I know a lot of people that do, and I think when I was a younger kid, maybe I was just kind of like, I don't know. It didn't hit me, but I haven't really watched all of his movies.
Like, he doesn't have that suave, just silky smooth Brosnan like feel to him, but
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also like they're going for a little bit grittier of a thing, I think, too. But he has like 4 movies, I think, now.
yeah.
So this should be his
Be
fifth.
Casino Royale.
This would be his 5th movie, I believe.
Skyfall, Quantum Solace, and
Skyfall? Did you say Skyfall?
I said Skyfall.
Quantum Solace.
Casino Royale.
Royale.
Spectre. Spectre's the one I was
Yeah,
missing.
Spectre.
Has he had the most?
Sean Connery had. Roger Moore has the most, I think.
Okay.
Sean Connery had 1, 2, 3, 5,
I thought it was 5 or 6. Yeah.
and then I think he had 5 or 6, and I think Roger Moore had like 6 or 7. I think he had like one more than Sean Connery, didn't he?
I don't
Do
know.
you
Some
count-
people are saying Sean
I'm not counting
had
Never
6.
Say Never Again. You
Yeah, I
don't
was
count
gonna
Never
say.
Say Never
Some
Again.
people are saying 7.
No.
7.
Never Say Never Again does not count.
Okay.
That one's not in that. That one's not an official.
Never say
Bond.
never again.
Yeah.
It's an interesting.
Never Say
title.
Never.
Yeah. Sean had
Oh,
7.
Okay, I thought you said never say never again.
Well, I think of the song. The song's like never, never, never say never again. Never,
Bad lyric.
never say never again.
Okay, I never heard of
So,
that. Never heard
Timothy-
of that title.
Yeah. George
Just
Lazenby,
like
I
both.
know, had 1. Timothy Dalton, I know, had 2. Pierce Brosnan, I think, had 4. Then Sean Connery beat Timothy Dalton, so he has at least 5. And then Roger Moore, I think, beat Sean
Gotcha.
Connery by 1. So, Die Another Day, what about it? That
Nope. Only
no,
connection
I'm
I
not talking
have.
about that one. Die Another Day's not great.
Only connection I have with Bond really is playing, of course, GoldenEye on Nintendo 64.
Oh no, it's so good.
And then my 7th grade year, you had to take some type of music class your 7th grade year. So you could do either music general studies, you could do choir, you could do band. I chose to do band that year. And the only song we learned how to play, really, like actually practice, was the 007 theme. And I was playing trumpet, so all my only time I did anything in the entire song was ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. So So that was fun.
So is there a Bond movie that you're not counting or something?
I mean, there should be like 25 of them,
Never Say Never Again
and you
shouldn't
don't
count.
count Never
Okay.
Say Never.
That-
Never
maybe
Say
that's-
Never.
Never
was
say
done,
never again.
Never Say Never was done during, I think, Sean Connery's much older. I think Timothy Dalton's maybe time frame, and was like a remake of Thunderball, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But it wasn't done in with the rest of them. It was like
Gotcha.
on its own. It didn't have Q, I don't think, in it. Like, there was a few
Yeah.
things there.
Okay. Yeah. So, by your reckoning, Sean had 6, and then Roger Moore had 7.
Yeah, I don't count that one.
Gotcha.
All right. We ready for my best thing of the week? Is it time?
Wait, no. My other best thing of the week is I got in pretty much under the wire and got the HasLab vintage collection of Mandalorian's ship, the Razor Crest.
Razor Crest,
So
yeah.
I got in on that. Anybody that's really interested, you got to get in there too because there are rewards for more people pre-ordering it too. So
They
now that I've paid for
they
it, I want more people to do
exploded
it.
past their goal. By
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
yeah. They keep just adding goals in there.
When
Like they
you
would
showed
like
me the
they
other
added
day-
like there was like the first one where they just kind of like showed here's the basic thing, and then it's like, well, now that we passed this goal, we're adding like a little Baby Yoda figure. Now we're adding like a bunch of like carbon freeze cubes. Now we're adding this little drop ship. Now we're adding this like off-world Jawa like chief.
Huh.
So as much as I can get, but yeah,
That's great.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
that
so this
I
is
got
like
it.
the pre-production model of it.
Yes, yeah. So that's literally you have to put it back together there, but it is in the 3.75 scale.
So you can put your
Vintage
figures in it,
collection.
and they can run around and
Yeah,
do
you can
stuff.
run around in
I had
it,
a
you can
Falcon
move things
that could
around.
do that. Like
Yeah.
it was made for that scale
Yeah.
of figures. You can put a figure in the gunner's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
It
And
looks
the
really
painted
good.
version of it, while it's not like purely reflective, looks really good. So I'm excited for it. Very, very happy.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And the last HasLab that I got, which was the only other Star Wars HasLab, is the sail barge, which I have, but part of the box was damaged.
Are you gonna open this
Yeah.
and do something with the box when
No.
you get it, or are you gonna no? You just you can put it in your basement and let it
I'm
sit.
gonna fucking vacuum seal it. And put it into somewhere not my basement, so people don't know to come and steal it.
So
So you're
Don't
gonna
vacuum seal it.
I'm gonna-
Vacuum sealing it will crush it.
No, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna encase it in a concrete box and bury it in the desert or something.
you need to waterproof it and then put it in a fireproof thing.
Yeah.
Because if you put it in a fireproof thing and then a waterproof thing, the fireproof, yeah.
They cancel each other out. And it's like I've done nothing.
Well, no, like
I'm kidding.
at the order that's very important, right? Because if the fire
Yeah.
burns the waterproof thing,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then the sprinkler system causes the water to go, then
makes-
it's going to get wet.
That makes sense.
But if it's fireproof and then waterproof,
Yeah.
I can't imagine a scenario where fire or water will damage it, right?
It would have to be in the fire for longer than what the safe is rated for and start breaking down the plastic.
Yeah.
What
And
if it
be
was like a-
mostly submerged in order to
yeah,
damage
what
it.
if I took it like on a cruise that caught fire?
on a cruise.
Why
you know?
would you take it on a cruise? And what are the chances
That's not
of that cruise
the
catching
question.
fire?
He said, imagine a scenario.
Why is it on a cruise?
He said, imagine a scenario.
And the cruise catch a fire?
Okay, I'm on a rowboat that catches fire. The oars are on fire. What do you do?
I'm not
oars
sure.
away. Paddle
just
with your
start
hands.
paddling with the oars and it'll put them out.
Which end is on fire?
It doesn't matter. Just submerge it.
Eric,
Yeah.
what's the name of that secured suitcase?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Would it fit in one of those?
Yeah. It's a, fuck.
Secure suitcase.
What's the name of Dick Cheney's Halliburton?
Halliburton.
It's a Halliburton.
Yeah,
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 it's a Halliburton.
Yeah. Well, yeah, would it fit in the Halliburton?
Well, yeah, if it fits in a Halliburton, then you can't get in.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
I don't know.
Someone in the chat's like, you're on Oceanic 815 and it falls out. Yeah, we'll put it in Halliburton.
All
Just
right.
cover it in Flex Seal.
Wait, is that the damage one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah.
I was watching this thing where these people, they were trying to make a, damn, I don't know what you call it, but basically they mix a bunch of shit together and just makes this foam just shoots off.
Oh, you're talking
like
about
crazy, right?
like Devil's toothpaste.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it. It was Devil's Toothpaste. But like they did one and it was great, but they're like they messed around with trying to figure out like you got to have just the right amount happening down here where the hole is either big enough or small enough so that you get a nice stream. Because too small, it just like shoots out like little balls and it's terrible.
Yeah, it's not like a proper tube.
But too big, it doesn't get enough oomph, so it doesn't actually get the push.
Yeah.
So they were trying to do that, but they made a giant one.
And it was
they
for
were-
this kid's birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was
That
for this
really
kid's
cool.
birthday, and they couldn't they were having trouble getting it to like it would shoot off, but then it would spring a leak in the main container.
Yeah.
So all right, well let's fix this damage, and they just flex seal the whole damn thing all over the place.
They bought, I can't remember how many rolls, but it was like several hundred rolls of Flex Seal tape.
It was funny.
It's
I think it
wrapped
still
around.
broke though.
It did.
After they
it
Flex
broke
Sealed
away from the base.
So yeah, but that was just funny.
Yeah. And now, Rick's favorite thing of the week.
Is it finally time?
Is it? I mean, we could probably wait another 30 minutes, right? Is that what chat wants? Does chat want us to wait?
Well, you don't know that it's what you're talking about.
We should run a poll.
We're on a poll. The Bond one's going right now. Damn it, Aaron.
Well, we should
No,
wait for
no.
the bond
All
poll
right,
to finish.
All right. We gotta show some of this stuff too, right?
Yeah, there's stuff to show. So you can go over to blindwave.net right now, and there's a funky shaped H that kind of looks like a door that will take you to a mystery. So this hint was interesting because I already had a plan for the hint,
Yeah.
and I was about 25% of the way through, and I had it detailed to like the day. I was like, okay, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's not going to be overwhelming.
Yeah, and we should say, just for those that don't know, this is the hint to reveal the winner of what won the poll to replace Fate Zero.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. So I was like, okay, I feel pretty confident about this. I got a plan. And then I was in the shower, and
Where all great ideas.
where all great ideas are formed. I was like, oh man, I got a better idea,
Okay.
and it will work best for Halloween.
For Halloween, gotcha.
So I wanted to make a Halloween scary horror experience for people to be able to sort of play through,
Yeah.
and also solve a hint.
Yeah.
So it's a video game, interactive fiction. Depends on how you want to define it exactly. But I don't know if it's the best hints, but my favorite hints are the ones where people see it and they're just completely flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Of like, how is this a hint?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because you start this and it's just, it's just a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's music. There, it's very low music. Probably you might not even be able to hear it, but like you're just playing as this girl who's alone in this cabin in the woods, and you're just trying to figure out what to do.
Gotcha.
Like your grandmother went out to go and pick up your mother.
Mm-hmm.
They're not back. It's getting dark, and all these scary things are starting to happen. Right? So that's sort of the basic premise.
So coming at this, I'm thinking, okay, this is the hint. I play this game. It tells me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, we had a game that you played before, right?
We
That-
did.
We had the hint hunt.
True. Which was also very obscure as well in,
Yeah.
in terms of like how to solve it, I feel like. And the difficulty in that one was, one, you had to figure out how to solve it, but two, there was also just a lot of like people had to work together in order to do it many times. And in this one, it's a lot easier if you know what you're looking for, but I just hit it in like 7,000 plus words, basically.
Gotcha.
So like I wrote over like 7,000 words of prose for this thing.
So
Yeah.
did you make all of this yourself and everything?
Yeah. Well, so the music, like I got some royalty-free music and stuff,
Okay.
but Maggie did editing for me of like the text, and she did play testing as well. And there are a few things in here that's like, there's a Lovecraft poem in here, and obviously I didn't write that or anything. But of the stuff I wrote, there's like 7,000 words in this. So, you start and like you're in your grandmother's kitchen waiting while she picks up your mother. You're tending the stew. And like you can look at things and it tells you more about them. Like there's some items and stuff you can pick out. But I'm going to turn this up a little bit here so people can hear that. So, you're going around. You don't really know what to do. You're just kind of watching the stew until grandma gets home. And then like, all of a sudden you see a shadowy figure out the window.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
But what could it be?
What could it be? It's a good question.
What could it be?
And so, like, you have some options on how you want to do things. Like, oh, I want to retreat back to the kitchen, and I want to stay on alert. And it's talking about, like, there's definitely someone out there. It wasn't Grandma or Mom. Could have gotten them. Grandma always talks about the danger in the woods. You lock the front door. And then, like, you stay here, and then, bam! The window breaks upstairs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I want to make a thing that people could just enjoy as a Halloween experience.
Yeah.
That's just sort of a scary thing. And then also hidden in here are a series of numbers, right?
Okay.
So you'll go through and you'll see numbers that seem kind of like out of place. So I don't know how long it'll take me to get to one exactly. But, like, there's a lot of numbers in the game. Most of them are typed out. So, like, for 10, it's TEN.
Sure.
Right? But if you, and as you're playing through the game, Grandma, like, you're thinking about all the things that Grandma taught you over the summer. So, like, never go out in the woods at night. Mm-hmm. Or, like, stew is best cooked slow. Or numbers never lie. So that's your hint to look for numbers in the game.
Gotcha.
There's a few numbers that are, like, red herrings. So, like, there's a revolver in there. There's a .38 caliber. And, like, that makes sense for that to be there.
Yeah.
So, like, you're supposed to just kind of disregard that.
Gotcha.
But as you go through, you get the numbers, and you end up with, I believe, 6, 1, 25, 21, 2, and 23.
Okay.
And then from there, it's really easy. You just take those numbers, you equate them to letters.
Those are all less than the number 26?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 1 is A. I was asking Maggie, like, should I add more steps?
Yeah.
Or, like, is it already enough to,
Sure.
like, where it is? So if you do that, then you end up with FATEUBW.
I can't spell.
Which
What's
is
that?
fate.
Oh,
Stay
my
night.
gosh.
Unlimited Blade Works,
All right.
which is the winner.
That is the winner. So anybody, or I should say anyway, how many people in chat played the game? I know that, this was their official guess.
Supposedly, 32 people played it.
Oh,
38 people didn't know they could,
gotcha.
and 70 people didn't.
Yeah, all right. If
you guys are part of our Discord, which I saw some people talking about for Patreon, it's available for anybody. Like, anyone can join our Discord. You don't have to be a patron. But there is a hint hunt section there that when things happen, like, that's where people talk and work on a lot of things. Which sometimes it's games, sometimes it's weird clues through social media, sometimes it just varies. So, but usually it's a fun, at least day, I think,
is.
of people, like,
Even just
messing
watching
with it
it
and
is
trying.
fun.
And,
Yeah, this one took him 6 hours.
6 hours.
Because at first I was like, if they don't get it, if they don't understand what they're looking for within the first 2 hours, I think it's going to take them a while. Because it's just going to take it to click to someone to get it. But then, like, so I went away to stream, and then, like, after I was done streaming, I saw that they were getting on the right track, and then
Gotcha.
it didn't take them long from there.
Yeah.
So I probably should have added a little more into it. But,
well,
like,
Yeah, it was fun.
you could say you could have, but we also have one coming up here soon, given that currently there's the Dexter poll going on right now.
Yeah, that's true. We have a poll to replace Dexter, a live action poll, which is right now all patrons can go vote in that poll. But there will be a hint for that as well, and a reveal on the podcast after that hint. And Fate. I mean, I loved Fate Zero. When we started to when I finished it. When I started, I was kind of like, well, it looks pretty, but I don't know about anything else. And when I ended, I was like, God damn it! I hope we watch the next one. And thankfully that happened. But also, this next one is 25 episodes or so. So we'll be having another poll not too long.
Yeah.
With that.
And if anyone just wants to go through the hint hunt and experience it, I'll keep it up on the website for a while.
Yeah.
So if people want to go through, because, like, most of them are only fun for the hint, but, like, at one point we did a crossword puzzle, which is still on the site somewhere. It's a little hard to find, but like, some of those things are fun even afterwards.
I'm just all the people in chat are like, recount the poll.
We should maybe make a tab for hint hunt that just has like some of our old hint hunt stuff that people could still play and do.
Yeah.
Just
that'd be
available
cool.
there.
That'd be fun.
Maybe we should.
But yeah, so be on the lookout for the new hint hunt coming once
Ugh.
the poll finishes up. So make sure you guys have voted if you haven't yet over at patreon.com/blindwave
I'm not ready to make another one.
and or blindwave.net.
You better. You got to get there. You've started this, Rick. You got to finish. I mean, you never be finished.
I started.
This will
it,
be.
but
You have to do this
you've
forever.
taken to this level.
Yeah.
It has to stay now.
Yep.
So
Every time he tries to get them to take more than a few hours to solve it.
Yeah.
but also
So
make sure
it
you
was a
guys
lot of
follow
fun.
us.
It was fun watching people go through. And like the best thing for me was like people were like talking about the hint, but they were also talking about the story as well.
Yeah.
So like most of the things that puzzled them was like trying to figure out the ending.
Yeah.
And like, what does this ending mean? Like,
Okay.
am I the monster in this story, or like is Grandma the monster? Is it the thing outside? Like, so I had a lot of fun watching people like go through the fiction of it as well as the hint.
The
of
lore,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, the lore.
Yeah.
So.
What happened to Grandma?
Yeah, what happened to Grandma?
What are you
Exactly.
gonna do?
So a rewarding experience is always like the hints drain me of body and mind, but they restore my soul. So it was a lot of fun.
And make sure you guys are following on social media because usually that's how we announce when things are happening for this kind of stuff too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everyone can see it, not just Discord. So
We should also say that we are committed to counting every single vote in the poll that's going on right now.
It's true.
Yep.
all the Valor ones.
We should. Do we want to talk or tease at all about, like, you know, we're finishing up Fate and then we're going to be starting Fate again in terms of how like things are going to be releasing, or leave that up in the air?
I'll just leave it alone, I guess.
Leave it alone? Okay, good. I'm glad I did this.
Yeah.
I can get people hyped. You
But
never know.
I would say that one of my favorite things for the week 2 was that Melanie was wanting me to start doing another show since we finished Bly Manor.
Yes.
And she picked it. And now, after watching some of it, I know why she picked it. And it's terrible. I hate
Yeah,
it.
so you two have been
But-
after hours doing.
Yeah, but we're doing
something.
another show. So there's another show coming from that as well that will be released at some point here once we get that stuff edited and done. And whatnot.
Gotcha. So you would let me say that. So you're going to say the name of this show?
No, I wasn't going to say that either.
We've already had one big reveal.
I know.
We gotta save the reveals.
It's the one constant of Aaron is he will not release information.
But now they can think about it. That was a tease. That was a tease. They got a tease.
He,
now.
like Lucille Bluth, gets off
Oh,
on
man.
withholding.
I love surprises. That's my favorite thing. Surprises. I
Surprises.
love things to be surprising. A lot of people hate surprises, but I like them. I think it's why I like horror movies, because I want to be surprised. I want something to scare me, jump out at me, and get me. But it doesn't always happen. But
And none of you guys played The Hunt, right?
I didn't. I should play it though.
No, I didn't.
I
get
played
to.
a little bit that you did. Like you were like, "Hey, try this," and I was doing some stuff.
Yeah.
And like it started with me at one point. One thing happened. I was like, "Ah," and you're like, "Ah." I got him. Like he's like, "That scared Maggie." I'm like, "Good." It seems scary. Keep doing that stuff. So,
Yeah. I had birthday stuff on Saturday, so by the time I actually like sat down to like read and see what they were, speculating, they had already finished it. So
Yeah, and it's all web-based, so you don't have to download it like the last one. You can play it on your
you can
phone.
Play on your phone. Yeah.
I recommend playing with headphones, but yeah, you can play it on anything.
If you do play it with like open air audio, like monitor speakers or something, just crank the volume all the way up. It's the best. Get the most
Well, then-
clarity possible.
for the game, the music's pretty quiet, so you want to make sure you can
Yeah.
actually hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, also for everyone who keeps asking, I keep seeing it. I want to make sure the My Hero Academia movie we'll be waiting for until sometime in season 5.
At the very least, halfway through season 5. So
So-
yeah.
We are waiting. I keep seeing it in a lot of places. So
Yeah. From what I understand, when the movie came out, it was said, "Oh, you can watch it. There's no spoilers," but there's no spoilers for people that were current with the manga, not the anime. And because we're watching the anime,
Yeah.
it's no problem for us to wait until it's the best time to watch it, which is going to
Yeah.
be like halfway through season 5.
Yeah. And if you're not, follow us on Twitter, because some of these questions and stuff get
Yep.
answered, stuff like that. Like if you weren't aware that the Hint Hunt was happening, following us on Twitter is a good way to know how, like, stuff that's coming up or stuff that might not be announced in a video or something
Yeah.
that you might miss if you're just on YouTube.
Yep.
Very true. No, on Twitch, that was one thing too. In this past week, I finally beat my Scream stream
Yeah.
in the 1st of November, or the 2nd
Yeah.
of November, whatever it was. So I'm finally done with Alien Isolation. I'm going to go into probably try to finish some games that I didn't get to finish before, like Warcraft 3.
Gotcha.
That I was currently working on. Like, I know Eric had God of War, then he went into October. He's coming back to God of War. I imagine Calvin's going back to Ghost.
Yep. I'm coming back to Ghost of Tsushima.
So he was doing that. I was
Yeah.
finishing Warcraft 3. I'm going to be finishing off Warcraft 3.
I'll see how long I go with God of War. Maybe I'll go into. I kind of want, the new Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will be out. I don't know if that's something I want to play on stream or at home. And then the Star Wars Lego game is going to be coming out
That big one?
relatively soon.
The one with
right?
like
It's
all-
for
the
holiday.
saga, like a Skywalker saga one?
I want to check that out as well. And we should say, too, we do know that there was a trailer for the holiday special. We were unsure if we were going to actually react to the trailer, but I'm very much wanting to react to the...
Yeah. But if we
the
do react to
actual
the
thing.
trailer, it will be its own video.
Yeah.
Because we talked about if it should be on podcast or not,
Yep.
too. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either it'll be its own video, or we'll just wait for the holiday special to come out and react to that. 'cause
Yep. Which I believe comes out November 17th.
I'm excited for that.
So
Oh, I'm
Oh,
excited.
really? That soon?
Yeah.
That's not even December.
Holiday.
No, yep.
It's not even December yet.
That's
It's
how they
crazy.
do it.
2 weeks away.
They have a quite a standard to reach. We'll see.
That
I
is
feel like
Oh,
we're going to be
man.
very judgy of that, Rick.
Well, it's going to be very interesting
Yeah.
because I'm expecting a thing, but I feel like most people who are going to watch it
Yeah.
haven't watched the original.
You'd be surprised, but you're probably right.
So like it's also going to appeal to those people.
Yeah.
You know? And like I imagine they want those people to be entertained
Uh-huh.
in an unironic way.
Are you not?
But
So you
if
get
it's
to
too
pick-
entertaining, then I might not
I
like
haven't
it.
even
I
seen
get
that
you.
movie.
But you get to pick one thing to keep. What do you keep?
Not having any idea what the Wookiees are saying.
Okay. Aaron, what do you keep?
I do like that idea because like I keep thinking about the old Lego games where no
Yeah.
one talks.
Sure.
So it'd be fun if just like the Wookiees are like, and then this one's just like, huh? But
Yeah.
I imagine they might have talking. I don't know.
All right.
But I do love the cooking lady.
Cooking Lady
Whip,
Whipster.
Whipster, whip.
Calvin, what do you keep?
Oh, man. I was going to pick that if you
Yeah.
didn't. Now, I don't know. Like,
You know, it was great. Also, Starship. What is it called?
Jefferson Starship.
Jefferson Starship.
Jefferson Starship.
That's
Jefferson
a
Starship.
7-minute
They're
long
just
song.
playing their whole song, and they're like, "Oh, it's over," and they're like, "Nope."
Uh-huh.
That was
Keeps on going.
that was good too.
I mean, mine is either just, the kid Wookiee. But it might be I need to have a Wookiee, an older Wookiee with no teeth watching porn.
I would say, what about Lego porn?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
got to be it.
Lego porn could be so cool.
That's got to be it.
Oh man.
What does Lego porn look like?
Oh, I'm sure. You don't have to ask. Just Google it. I'm sure people
I've
have
never.
done it.
I'm worried like what you might get from Lego porn.
I mean, you're worried.
well, like it might not be
Too
Legos
realistic?
having porn.
Yeah.
It might be like
Oh, you mean like in
Dildos
yeah.
with.
made of Lego.
Yeah.
you know, or
Oh.
something. Like I don't know.
So you're not thinking
modular?
like Team America.
Yeah, that's also an issue.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean,
You imagine hurts to step on one?
yeah, it hurts. So you got shot in the
Make it with
foot.
corners.
That's far worse than what any guy would do with Legos, in my opinion.
I guess. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see.
So yeah, the Sweet Holiday Special. I want to watch it.
Hopefully,
Yes.
it's kid friendly.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fun.
Could you imagine if it wasn't?
Oh my gosh,
It'd be great.
I'd watch it
Yeah.
for sure. I'd 100% watch it.
Man, what were we watching? Can't remember, but it was just like so uncomfortable.
The Room.
No, in the last couple weeks.
The last couple
was
weeks we
Naruto.
were watching something uncomfortable.
It was
That was
Naruto.
it.
Naruto
Yeah.
was uncomfortable.
That was
almost
it.
for a
Extremely
week.
uncomfortable.
Yes. That was a tense reaction. We're just, what the fuck is happening?
What do I say?
What do I say?
What do I say about this?
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
Oh man.
That's kid friendly. Right?
Made for kids.
I don't know, but it was. But anyway, yeah. So, what are we talking about?
Should we get to questions?
Sure.
We can hit up some questions. I'm sure people might have some questions and whatnot.
Question
for things that are
time.
coming or not.
Yes,
I'll look
Eric
them
is a natural blonde.
Diego.
I used to be like bright blonde when I was a kid, but
Because you were like in the sun a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Diego, now that we know Rick and Calvin have finished Clone Wars, I want to ask them top 3 fights and top 3 characters.
Top 3 fights.
Definitely Palpatine and his fight
Yep.
towards the end.
Yep.
I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah, I get you.
Um,
So you're saying towards the end, Palpatine fight?
towards the end of the series.
Gotcha,
Because
okay.
he had more than one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The one that was motion captured.
Ah, yes. Yep.
100%.
Oh, that was so fun to watch again.
And then I really liked the Vizsla fight.
Ah, pre-Vizsla.
Yeah. That one sticks out in my head.
Yeah.
I really like that one as well. So I guess that's my top 3.
Okay, while you think of your characters, Calvin, can you think of your fights?
I was gonna do the mocap fight.
Phantom Apprentice.
I really like it's one of the earlier fights with Obi-Wan and Asajj Ventress
Mm-hmm.
that really like through the entire show that's really stuck with me as like one of my favorite fights, just with like the flirting and the fighting.
Gotcha.
It really
Probably the
introduced me
one
to,
like in the Monk
Clone
Temple.
Wars Obi-Wan.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Um,
I don't think so, my dear.
and
Yeah.
then probably probably Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Dooku.
Yeah, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Favorite characters: Hondo, Imbo.
Ah, two greats.
And who's
Think
the
of
last
another.
one?
Think of another with an O on the end.
0.
Zero.
I liked Ventress quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's up there because I don't want to say any like Anakin or Obi-Wan because it's hard to like contain them within.
I get you, though. I think it's easier to contain Clone Wars Anakin compared
True.
to other Anakin.
Well, yeah, no, I mean
definitely prefer
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
most
Anakin.
improved character, Clone Wars Anakin.
yes. Yeah.
He definitely
Yep.
gets that award.
Mm-hmm.
Aha, Rick.
Hmm?
What is your favorite Jar Jar episode from Clone Wars?
Oh God.
The one where he was only in the Senate for like 5 minutes. Nah, I'm joking.
I don't know. Like I like some of the magic stuff in the Temple of Doom
That
episode.
disappeared, yeah.
So like
Oh,
I
yeah.
like some of the stuff surrounding Jar Jar in that
Uh-huh.
one. So I'll probably have to go with
You know,
that one.
Gotcha.
That probably is genuinely my favorite Jar Jar episode.
Yeah.
Just because of the
There's some great stuff in
the
there.
noises that he makes.
He also
about-
kicks ass in that
About
episode.
Bombad Jedi.
Bombad Jedi.
Oh God, no.
Or the underwater one.
Was he
He
in that
says-
one?
Ugh. He saves
Yeah.
Padme
Oh, yeah.
with his spit.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I did really like that arc too.
Yeah.
The Mon Cal.
Yeah, Mon Cal arc.
The sacrifice episode.
With General Tarple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with Jar Jar.
your life.
But Jar Jar's in it.
Not waste.
I guess.
He's buying time, pretending to
so
be
good.
who he is, you know? Ah. Great.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Good stuff.
General Grievous is getting General Grievous talking to Jar Jar is so good.
Yeah.
You can't say it's not.
It's like the most serious character
'Cause-
from Clone Wars and the least serious.
That's what happened. Like, you're watching it. Rick's hating Jar Jar, so he feels for Grievous. When do you ever feel for Grievous? Oh, poor Grievous.
Magic of Dave Filoni. And George Lucas.
Yeah.
He was heavily involved.
Yeah. There's a couple hint hunt questions.
Okay.
Will the crew make Cooking with Blind Wave Phase 2?
I don't know what that
And
is.
what are you hiding in the craft room, Rick? I'll answer hint hunt questions in Discord, and I'll spoil tag them
Okay.
so people don't have to see
Did you
them if
say-
they don't want to.
Phase Stew or Phase 2?
Phase Stew.
Phase 2.
So both.
Aaron, why did you go and sabotage Eric's God of War stream? Do you hate Boy that much? I did nothing.
Watch.
I think that, I think about how it broke at the end of stream.
It did break.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Well, no, I know exactly what happened and how to fix it.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Yep. I was like, well, stream's done. Bye, everybody.
Did you guys see the trailer for Lego Star Wars Holiday Special?
Not yet.
We have not.
We have not.
most look forward to trailer of the year, though. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
Have any of you seen the 2010 Karate Kid remake? Your Cobra Kai reactions have made me think back on just how underrated that film is. Would be great for a reaction if any of you haven't.
Kung Fu Kid.
I don't know if I was gonna say I don't know if it's underrated. Like
That one's the Jackie Chan and little Will Smith. Dang, what's his name?
Jaden.
Jaden.
Jaden Smith, yeah.
I have not seen it.
Little Will Smith.
Will
Like
Smith.
whatever his son's name.
Will Smith's son.
Little miniature
Yeah.
Will
Well,
Smith.
I couldn't think of what it was, but I have to remember like it's Jaden because of Jada Pinkett Smith, right? And then it's Willow because of Will Smith. Like they split their names.
I didn't fucking know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I was today years old when I learned that.
Yeah, that's why.
I have seen that. I don't think I'll ever see that again. Probably.
Okay. I never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen the next Karate Kid either.
All with the that was the girl one.
Yeah.
Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank.
Yeah, Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
I've seen
But
that a long
I'm
time.
not going to watch any movie past Karate Kid 3.
But what if the Karate Kid next one
perfect.
with Hilary Swank actually has a tie-in? What if Hillary shows up?
If we're gonna watch any Smith movies on the channel, it's gonna be After Earth.
Earth? I've never seen After Earth.
That's the one we need to
If
watch.
there's going to be any kind of tie-in, it's got to be Terry Silver. All right? I don't care about Hillary Swank.
I'm just saying, if
I
she
want
does,
Terry
don't you want to
Silver.
know who she was?
Terry Silver.
Like two students of Miyagi-Do
Uh-huh.
coming together to
Yeah.
fight Terry Silver.
Miyagi do what?
No, Miyagi-Do.
Don't know. Haven't seen any of those two.
Miyagi do
But
karate.
maybe I'll check out the next Karate Kid.
Wasn't that on your shirt, Aaron?
Miyagi-Do? It said Miyagi-Do.
Miyagi do.
shirt.
Miyagi do
Shut
karate.
up, Boba says he didn't have time to put in a Q&A for Mandalorian. Wanted to get your thoughts again on the last scene of Mandalorian. Changed my life forever.
Just
Ooh.
watch the reaction.
It was great. Yeah, all our
We had a
thoughts are in the
discussion there.
video, but no, it's great. I'm excited
Sure.
to see what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know me and Aaron, like, afterwards, we were talking, we were like, what if it's not him? Who could it be? You know, we had that conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because there are some options.
Sora says, "Hello guys. It's Calvin. Is Calvin in Attack on Titan a possible future? Maybe catch up Calvin in Attack on Titan. Maybe just for the final season.
Calvin is
have you
only
seen-
allowed in if he catches up to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well, is he caught up on Attack on Titan? Have you seen all of AOT?
I haven't caught up fully on AOT. And I have been trying to catch up on Brooklyn.
Okay. So maybe. He has to catch up. Have you ever been terrified?
Yeah.
Yes.
Needles.
Hasn't everyone been terrified at one point?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I've been terrified.
If your kids ever started watching your videos, what do you think they would find weirdest or funniest?
Evie's watched the vlogs.
Yeah.
And, well, her favorites are the Torch Bearer Academy
Good job.
skills and feats videos.
Yeah, those ones are really fun.
Yeah.
They were fun. I
Those
did
are her
enjoy
favorites. And she really liked the heave ho videos too.
I'm sure your kids would probably be fascinated by your fetish for redheads.
Like, are we talking about like we're not talking about like now, right? Like I'm gonna imagine like 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
They're watching this. Are they gonna find me funny, weird,
Yeah.
both?
Embarrassing. I mean, it depends.
Oh
like,
God,
how,
this is on the internet.
it depends how teenager they are,
Yeah.
you know? But I would imagine, like, once they get into, like, their late 20s, early 30s, especially if you, like, died or something, that's going to be
Look,
pretty
I can
special.
relate to my
Yeah.
dad on this
Yeah,
channel
exactly.
forever.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
hell,
the
your
teen
fucking
angst
great-grandkids are going to be able to watch fucking Flash with you.
But they watch.
Like, how amazing that would that be for me to go back, like, a couple, like, generations and watch, a classic show or movie
With, like, your-
with an ancestor of mine. Like, your line from here on out has that available to them.
It's true.
That's pretty
Fuck.
special.
Like, they watch it like, man, I really want to laugh. I'm gonna
Yeah.
laugh watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with my grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I'm long dead. Evie's super into GOT. He's like, I wonder what he thought about Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Game of Thrones.
They're like, well, I mean, I suppose he didn't know that they came out with season 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah.
All I know right now is they're like, no, you guys say too many bad words. We don't watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Okay. Sir Fried says, with the passing of Sean Connery, did you have a favorite movie of his?
Dragonheart.
The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Dragon.
I love The Rock.
But when I think of Sean Connery, it's The Rock. Womack, you son of a bitch.
No, he doesn't.
Womack.
That's prejudice.
How about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
What?
He's barely in it.
Come on now.
Dragonheart's so much more than that one.
Just saying, there's a possibility, right?
Probably Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Crusade he's really
That's
good.
a solid
at that.
answer.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Man, I might go with The Rock, maybe.
The Rock.
I'm just trying to think of different things, and like, I love.
Hunt for October and
That's
Untouchables are also amazing
Ooh,
choices.
Untouchables is good. I've never seen Hunt
Untouchables
for Red October.
It's so good.
it's so good.
Finding Forrester is really good. Like, he's in a lot of good stuff. But
Yeah.
Dragonheart, man.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Changed my life.
I mean,
I love that movie.
I really enjoy that
Rick,
movie.
that shocks
Like,
me. I don't know
it's-
why, but it does.
It's like I know other people hate it, but it's like a guilty pleasure movie. For
People
me.
hate that. People hate Van Helsing. And I love.
I like Van Helsing.
Love
You talking
Van
about,
Helsing.
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that was fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Shoot, who was the vampire dude in that? I want to say Gary Oldman, but it wasn't him, was it?
No,
No.
it's not
No,
Gary
he was
Oldman.
Dracula.
He was an Australian actor.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of. I mean, there was someone famous, I thought, though.
I don't think he was super famous.
No, he's not.
Goldfinger is really good for Sean Connery, I think.
Oh, Highlander Calvin. Oh, God.
Oh fuck yeah!
That might.
the
does
Spaniard.
does that beat Dragonheart? Damn it.
Well, motherfucker, you guys should have done a reaction because I didn't know he was in that.
What?
I didn't know.
How
Oh.
the fuck do you not know
I
that?
haven't seen it. People don't know
My
things.
gosh.
I haven't seen Highlander.
I've never had a harder choice in my life than
Oh.
Highlander or Dragonheart.
I don't know if any of you guys have an answer for this of who won Freddy versus Jason. But actually,
Like, am I supposed to remember?
That's a good
or
question.
Who would win?
well, yeah, I guess it's more of that.
Yeah.
Because by the end of it, like, it doesn't really have a winner.
Because I mean,
in my
Jason
opinion.
can't be
Richard
killed.
Roxburgh.
I mean, Freddy is kind of like a supernatural entity,
Yeah.
whereas
mean-
Jason is just like an undead thing, right?
Jason started as a undead thing, but
Like-
he became pretty supernatural towards the end.
Okay. Like, what if I put him in like a shredder, like a tree shredder?
Have you seen Jason X?
No.
Okay.
You need to watch Jason. We need to go through Friday the 13th movies.
Did they put him? Did they Fargo him?
We need to watch all
A
the
lot
Friday,
of stuff happens to Jason and Jason X.
We need to watch a Friday the 13th movie and release it on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then,
what if they threw him into like?
the next time one's coming up, we do it again.
Yeah.
We just do it until we have done them all, and then we don't do it anymore.
Like, if you just like locked him in Chernobyl, like, would it be okay?
Maybe if you just locked him away
Yeah.
in Chernobyl.
If
though?
it's after Jason X, I think yes.
Okay. So Jason X seems to be the turning point I need to check out because you guys like,
Jason X is the power creep.
he transcends. Okay.
One Piece update from Rick.
I haven't watched any further. I'm still in the filler arc G8, I think. They're at the Marines base. Really enjoying it, but I've been doing a lot of Halloween-y related activities over the last week or so.
Gotcha.
Halloweeny. All right. Wondering if you've seen the Mandalorian anime opening. By the way, nice hair.
I haven't seen it. It's been recommended on YouTube a couple times, but I haven't clicked it.
I haven't
No,
seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
No, I saw like the Star Wars anime thing that someone made years back.
The TIE Fighter one?
The TIE Fighter one.
That is amazing.
That's so good.
The fact that that's an amateur production,
I know.
the fan production, is insane.
I haven't seen it.
We'll have to do a reaction to it or
Yeah,
something.
we'll have to do a reaction to both of them.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about these Friday the 13th reactions. Have you guys seen all of them or any of them?
I've seen
I've
all
seen
of
Freddy
them.
vs. Jason.
That's it.
Yep.
I've seen
Nope.
Jason X.
NES. Played the game.
I don't think I've seen all of the Freddy's, but I've seen all of the Friday the 13th.
Okay.
And
I've seen all of both of them.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should do that for something like Friday the 13th, like because there's only like what, one a year, maybe two a year, of Friday the 13th movies, of like Friday the 13th.
yeah,
It doesn't happen very often.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like 1 or 2 a year, I think, right?
We should do that. Anyway, will you guys ever watch the Fate movies? I don't know what they are, where they go into place, but
They
maybe.
would probably need to win polls. I don't know. It's weird with Fate.
Yeah.
Like we watched. You guys watched Serenity, right? Like after Firefly, and that didn't need a poll. But the Fate stuff is just a different animal.
Yeah.
I kind of view it like the Code Geass stuff, where we didn't watch it immediately.
Sure.
But I also haven't seen them, so I'm not an expert.
I would need to collect more information / have somebody that's not me tell me what to do
Yeah.
in that regard. Like if it's like, yeah, I mean, if it's like Firefly, where it's like, well, no, you gotta watch that because it's part of it. Or if it's just like a separate thing that's kind of connected or, whatever. I'll leave it up probably to the editor top screen that does that series.
Thank you, Pong.
I think the next few here, Rick, are what secrets lied in the craft room, which
Yeah.
I think you said you'll tell in Discord.
Yeah.
What happened to Grandma, which I think you said you'd say in Discord.
Uh-huh.
And also, when is the book coming out?
The book?
Which
I mean,
I-
it's already a book.
It's already a book.
There's so much text in that. It's basically just playing a book. Unless you mean like a paperback, but I don't think it's good enough for that.
Have you guys decided on what to do with the Fate movies? Well, we just talked about it. We don't know.
We did.
Will you rewatch season 7 Clone Wars, even though Aaron and Eric have already seen it?
Yep. We've already seen all of Clone Wars and we've been in there, but it was a pleasure to have been there again watching those scenes.
Yes.
I've been watching Quantum Leap recently and wondering if you would watch it eventually.
I've seen a few episodes.
I've never seen Quantum Leap.
Seen Quantum Leap? It's awesome.
That's the
Scott Bakula.
Eric,
Scott
you know who's
Bakula
in
one, yeah.
Quantum Leap?
Yep.
Okay.
Just to make the connection.
Hey, Rick or Eric, can you guys put an anime movie called Redline on the poll? That movie is basically pod racing, but with gorgeous art and animation.
I tried to put Red Line on the poll once.
We almost put it on a poll.
I almost got it on, but it didn't make it. But it's in my consciousness.
Yeah. We're going to have an update on our annual poll here relatively soon. We'll be able to get more information, better data for stuff like that. As opposed to
Probably
just being,
before the president is decided.
we'll see. Probably do a couple of those by then.
Darkwing says, Calvin, Rick, do you think now with Clone Wars knowledge, you will enjoy the prequels on a rewatch?
I'm super curious. I think I'll be more furious because I've seen it done right. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I'll be even angrier.
I'll probably pick out more things. Like the first time, I mean, not the first time, but every other time that I've watched the prequels and stuff, like system names and other Jedi names and stuff like that, they were basically like throwaways for me. It's like, okay, that's somebody that I don't know, anything about or the backstory or anything. So now I should have some basis of like, where is this in the Clone Wars timeline, and be able to think about it like that. So
Yeah.
All these video games, remakes and remasters and reimaginings, that's what I need for the prequels, Eric. I need them to start from scratch, reimagine them, bring them out.
Oh, what an absolute mistake, and I can never trust anything you
I'm
ever
not
say
saying
again.
erase the old ones. They're still there for people who love them.
Yeah.
Rick, your view on them is like people what they're trying to say about the sequel trilogy.
I would also be okay with that, too.
Nope. Next question.
Just call them Elseworlds.
I think the thing to do is just to add to it with other content that fill in gaps that you possibly aren't happy with.
Yeah, do a Clone Wars movie. Then I'm happy.
how does Anakin change so much? I
Diego,
don't think there's enough. Sorry, go ahead.
Diego says Tenet will be digital on December 15th. Movie
really?
reaction?
I haven't seen it.
We watched the trailer.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it. I have watched the trailer.
We can probably
might
put it on a poll. Yeah.
Almost forgot, Rick, if you're going to play the VN for Fate, do you know how you're going to get a hold of it? It can be difficult to get in working condition.
I'm sure I can find a way.
Casual Doom says, are you going to cover the Dark Disciple book?
Is that a Star
that
Wars?
is a Star Wars Clone Wars scripts turned into a book. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if we can never get that podcast off the ground, that could be something we can cover it on.
And then Lucas says, I know Chuck is not a poll show, but do you intend to react to something that is not in polls?
Yes, we always do that.
We have things all the time that are
Yeah.
not on polls.
Gotta
sometimes
subscribe.
they're live shows, sometimes they're not live shows.
Yeah.
Like Mandalorian was a show that we wanted because it's live and we enjoy Star Wars a lot.
And it's also one of the reasons that we kept Friday a little light in terms of our Patreon schedule because, well, we know we're doing Mandalorian. That's going to be coming out. We also have Supernatural coming out on Fridays. We don't want, other videos to suffer because we have big videos dropping. So
Also because of Chuck ending was one of the reasons why we also tossed Lost in there back before too, where we're like, okay, well we know we have time here. By the time these live shows come back, we can shove this in the Chuck slot.
Yep. There's also a little uncertainty about, what live television is going to be like this year in terms of episode counts and when things are going to air and premiere and stuff like that. So we're just trying to make sure that we cover all of our bases and don't overload the schedule. So when that stuff comes
And
back,
also,
we're not going
like
crazy.
the anime dubs too, will probably be all funky again.
Yeah. Calvin, what are you laughing
Oh,
at?
sorry. Moon of the Star asked in chat, why does Eric, the largest prequel fan,
Yeah.
not simply eat Rick and Calvin?
I've tried.
It's just the perfect wording. I read it and I was like, hold on.
What,
no,
that's
yeah,
from
he
something.
actually
I
does
know. I've
mean it
heard of that. I've
way.
heard that before.
Oh, it's great.
When have I heard that before? Crap. No, because all Star Wars fans are allowed to have their own opinion. They just can't speak it. No, I'm kidding.
I see it like this, Eric. Like, I love the 1985's Transformers movie.
Yeah.
I hate the Michael Bay movie.
Sure.
But I'm not angry that the Michael Bay movie exists
Yeah,
and
I
that people
understand.
enjoy it.
Yeah. I am happy that while I can understand people's problems with the prequels, we can love the Clone Wars together.
Who cannot love the Clone
cannot?
Wars?
Yeah, it was Futurama talking about friends.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Then.
All right. Well, we're almost at the end. We should probably check redemptions
Redemptions.
to see how many of anything people have, because the questions have ended.
Someone's like, "Not your ex, Eric." I'm like, "I know. That's why we broke up."
All right. We have push-ups for Aaron for teasing. All right. Squats for Rick for the craft room mystery seems good.
Okay.
Okay.
Push-ups for Aaron. Stop sabotaging the internet.
Yep.
And then squats. Aaron, God of War is back. All right. So 10 squats, 20 push-ups, 10 squats for Rick.
Watch your tone, boy. All right. Well, while you guys watch them do that, rapid fire questions in the comments. Go, 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 go. Get them.
Or I could read these bits and donations, Eric, now that I'm already done.
have
Well,
those.
fucking all right. You guys lost your chance.
Cancel the
I was gonna
rapid
ask, answer as many as you can, but nope.
Cancel.
Brandon Telford gave 100 bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also gifted a sub.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Firmarak resubscribed for 23 months.
23.
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you.
Fumarak.
Super Scroll, 16 months.
Thank
you very
Super
much.
Scroll.
Thank you, Super Squirrel.
I Eat Pink Tacos, 9 months. Blind Way Baby.
Blood Red Baby.
Baby.
Fox resubscribed for 35 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fox.
Night Owl Lenny, 27 months. Thank you so much.
27,
Lenny.
thank you.
Jazz Medra, 4 months. Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Jazz.
We also have 10 squats for Calvin from Plagueis saying, Calvin, can't have you doing nothing.
All right.
Yeah, Calvin. Fucking get up, lazy butthole.
Tetsuo, 17 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cruise 2G, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you for the sub.
It's Cobb, 27 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cobb.
Taveldo, 16 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joshy Streams, 2 months. Thank you very much.
Josh's streams.
Alex Coffee, 2 months. Hey guys, been watching you about 2 years now and love your community.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you very much.
Comcast, 6 months. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Stig, 4 months.
Is that the Stig?
It could be.
Thank you.
Pigeon Shishu, 195 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out if this is a Roman numeral or not, but it's going to take me too long to decipher it. So RFXVINI has subscribed for the first time.
Thank you so much. Letters.
Hilding, 200 bits. Yep, it is the Weekly Loving.
Weekly loving.
Weekly loving.
Captain Fishlip, 18 months.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fish Lip.
Fish Hook.
Aldovra, 18 months. Another Blind Away baby.
Thank you.
Gonna take care of it.
It's a feat to have 2 in 18 months, I feel like.
Yeah.
Normally there's a
I
little
mean, it could be
like...
twins.
That's some crossover.
Yeah. Rileyus, subscribe for the first time. Thank you very much. There's a 1 there. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be an L or an I. But I'm going to go with that.
Thank you.
Supar Lass, subscribe for the first time.
What?
Supar Lass. Supparlas.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Superlass.
Lassie.
Superless.
Wolfpack, 3 months.
Oh.
Right.
Thank you, Wolfpack.
Thank you. Calgary Man, subscribe for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Calvary.
Thank you.
Calgary.
Thank you, Calgary.
Calgary man.
Call for...
Call the Calgary.
Man.
I'm just thinking of the Boot to the Head skit. And I leave the people of Calgary my fortune so they can afford to move somewhere decent. Chewy Sato, resubscribe for 2 months. Have they announced the poll winner yet?
Yep.
We did.
Gotta go
Did.
back and see though.
But back then, when you
no
said
one
that,
chat say anything.
Too late!
Cray Eris, subscribe for 17 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Karen Sita, 7 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daneth, for the first time.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you for the first one.
Ganondorf.
Old School Boy, 10 months. Thank you for being amazing and making every day better. Much love to you all.
Thank you, old
Thank
school
you.
boy.
Liam, subscribe for 8 months.
Thank you, Liam.
You.
Muddy Badger has subscribed for 4 months. Yay, 4 months. Great podcast, guys.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Get a bath.
Madge Brat, 32 months. Love you guys. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Madge Brat.
Thank you.
The One Who Knocks, 50 bits. You guys are the quintessential reactors out there. Thank you for what you do. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
I don't know. I'd be careful using that username.
Statusant, subscribe for 4 months.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Statusant.
Statusant.
Cricket, resubscribe for 15 months.
Thank you, Cricket.
Cricket.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Hope that cricket noises showed up.
Dip, 100 bits. I was so disappointed that you guys didn't put Burn Notice on the poll. Going from one great Miami show to another would have been fun.
I have seen.
Pretty sure we've all seen
Yeah,
I've
who
seen
hasn't-
all of Burn Notice.
Yeah, I think we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Eric
so-
has not seen it.
I have not seen
Eric
it.
has seen all of Burn Notice. I don't know. I like Burn Notice. With it just being Eric, I'm not sure. I'm curious on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, would it be good or would it not? I'm not
It's
sure.
not like a Firefly where it needs to be watched
Yeah.
on camera. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
It-
I do love Burn Notice.
Burn Notice is really good.
Burn Notice
really
is
good.
really, really great. It also feels long, too, right?
It's long.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like 8 seasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty long.
It's like 160 episodes, maybe.
You don't think I can carry 160 episode reactions by myself? I'll do it.
I almost want to do Psych before I did Burn Notice.
Yeah, that is true.
Man, I love Psych. Flash Arrow, resubscribe for 2 months.
Thank you, Flash Arrow.
Fate 1, all the posters said Berserk, though. Wow.
Can't trust it. All the posters.
One day, Berserk. One
Yep.
day. Captain Texas, 100 bits. Have you started Rebels?
No, we haven't yet.
If we had, we wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, so maybe.
Oh.
Saladin, 19 months. Sweet 19 months.
Thank you, Saladin.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Wildcat, 100 bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wildcat.
Thank you.
Chwantastrophe has subscribed for the first time.
Thank you, Twan Catastrophe.
Thank you.
I think that's it. And then Dip, 100 bits. I just realized for the first time in a long time I didn't order a Subway on Thursday because there is no more Chuck.
Oh my gosh. Was that like a ritual?
Yeah.
Man, I enjoyed Chuck. Chuck's a good show. It's fun.
Did
But,
you get the
Subway, man?
Did you get the combo deal from Subway where you get the drink and the chip?
Son of a bitch.
That's it.
We're done. Goodbye.
See you next time.